Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Outspoken. We're going to do our latest review today of RuPaul's Drag Race.
She wants to be a diva tonight.
What's going on?
She's trying to be a diva.
What?
Since she's back.
So we're all here back together. Jeb is back on the show.
Wait, girl.
Jeb, can you take that off your face?
I'd like to keep it on, please.
What part of talk show don't you understand?
We need to see your mouth, girl.
Take it off.
Take it off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's do it over.
We're back.
I was trying to be so cunty with it.
Alright guys, well as you know it was a pretty interesting episode of Drag Race. People are saying it was probably the most surprising of all time. It was definitely shocking to us and a lot of other people that didn't read spoilers this week. We're gonna just dive right into it. Jeb is back from his vacation. We're all back together and we have a lot to say.
I was in Mexico getting work done.
Yeah.
Little downtime, but I'm back.
You're good,
A
girl.
little nip and a little tuck.
Got my elbows done.
Got your body ready for your romper, right?
It's romper season, baby.
It's romper.
Stay tuned. Okay, guys. Well, this was a crazy episode. What did everybody think? What the emotions of it all?
It was intense.
It was intense.
It was intense. But you know what? The best episode of the season, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, we think so.
It's
I think
such
so.
a big twist.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like no one saw that coming.
No one saw that.
Except for the people who read all the spoilers on Tumblr this
Fuck
week
you
and
for
read
the
it.
spoilers.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing that bothers me because we're on the West Coast feed, so, you know, it's always gets spoiled for us, especially when they release them like a week in advance. I know certain queens were posting screenshots of who got kicked off and, you know, just kind of ruining everyone's fun, Jasmine Masters, but...
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
You're bitter and
Well, she
hateful.
has something to say.
You know,
Well, it's not her zhuzh.
it's not her zhuzh.
Yeah.
But you know what is not my zhuzh?
What?
Before we even get into this whole mess that happened on
Yeah.
Drag Race, I really have something to say about not only the fans of Drag
Oh
Race,
my
but
God.
also some of the queens from past seasons have been really coming hard for these girls, like on season 9. I think it's ridiculous, to be quite honest. Like, you have people on Nina Bonina Brown's on her Instagram and on her Instagram Live calling her the N-word. Then you have people like Detox and people like who else? I guess apparently Bianca Del Rio said something, and several other queens like kind of just being really messy towards Valentina. Like, what is going on?
Well, there seems to be a lot of hate. I don't know if it's a little bitterness, some of these older queens. I know there's a lot of controversy as far as how drag has changed over the years, and as far as how RuPaul's Drag Race has changed drag in some ways. And I know some of the older queens and more traditional queens are mad about, you know, queens not using padding and not using boobs and, you know, being real social media queens instead of actually putting in the work like they do. So I can understand that point of view, but things change, times change, you have to go along with it. And if a queen is talented, whether she's been doing drag for 10 months or a year or whatever it is, you know, why are you hating? There's been no legitimate reason to hate on Valentina other than...
I feel like it's a little bitterness. A little bit.
I agree.
But on the other side, I feel like some of the queens are just like kind of saying like, it's not so much shade toward the like queens themselves, but maybe some of the fans. Like, hey, y'all don't know everything about Drag Race, like just because you watch the show, now you're an expert.
Right.
So I think a lot of the queens are just telling them, it's more like getting the fans together. Like, y'all never know who's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, calm down. You don't have to be all in my comments going off on me if I have an opinion about the show.
Right.
So it was a little like shady, but I do feel like some of the queens weren't. Their intentions weren't shady.
Right.
A lot of them are though.
Yeah, they're definitely right about what they say about the fans. Like you said, the fans are crazy. They've been all this season, especially. I don't know if we noticed it as much last season, but this season a little bit of hate last season too. But they're coming for the die. We hate you. You should have been you. Like Trinity, they've come for anyone who beats one of the queens they like or doesn't get eliminated. That's just crazy.
But the part that blows my mind is the majority of these fans that are making these comments on social media, y'all are so damn young, you can't even get into the club to tip these queens. So have several seats, bitch.
Right.
Sit your little 15-year-old ass down. Like, no, you cannot, like, you don't, that's where I will defend, like, the older queens and be like, these younger, they have no idea what the art of drag is.
Of course.
So they start, you know, spewing all this hate on social media. Sit your little ass down.
Well, the art of life, you know what I mean? These,
Well.
you know, because they haven't lived, they don't understand that, you know, in life, you're gonna meet people who you don't get along with. You're gonna meet people
Right.
who rub you the wrong way, and it's you just have to deal with it.
Right.
They haven't had a life experience.
They don't deserve death threats on the internet just because they won on a TV show competition. Like, this is just crazy.
Nina Bonina had enough of it.
Yes, she did.
On my way here, I happened to get on live. She was live. When isn't she? And so I get on there, and right when I get on, she's actually talking about how she feels like that Valentina should say something to her fans because they are being really aggressive. I think she even went on private because they were just going in her comments. She's been deleting a lot of people just because they're going in on her like it was really
racist bullshit.
Yeah, just like calm down, y'all. It's not that serious.
And I do personally agree. I think Valentina does need to make some even if it's just a damn 30-second video Instagram clip telling her fans, like, this is not what drag is all about.
Now let's get into the show, you guys.
Yes, please.
So,
Pheromone was gone. She's gone now. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed her this episode. I missed her little whininess, but she's gone.
No, just kidding.
They were whining for her. They were like whining
you're
in
right.
memory of her.
There you go.
But Nina's still in her head a little bit. There's
Yeah.
still some tension with Nina and Shea from last week.
Right.
It kind of plays out a little bit throughout the course of this episode in Untucked. But so a little bit of drama starting off in the workroom. The challenge this week was that they have to do their own TV sitcom pilot.
Yeah, which I thought was a cool concept because I feel like that's one of those. It's one of those challenges that's really gonna weed out the queens that can't hang. No shade to Valentina. I think she could have did it, but I just think she got comfortable.
Yeah. Her and Nina aren't like creative writers in that sense.
Right, true.
And it just wasn't their challenge, and they fell short. I thought, had someone written for them, I feel like they could have delivered.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you got to create your own content. That's tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Which is something I can relate to because I'm not a person who can create something, and try to come up with a little thing. You tell me what to say, you tell me what to do, I'll just do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You guys can attest to that, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
She's like a
B, go, action, go.
welcome to the Boys of Outspoken. But I really did relate to that because I'm not a person who could do that as well. So they were a dynamic team, but they just really they had no direction, and that was really the bad problem about it.
The one thing that I like, Michelle Visage had said, like, even though there was no structure, they had no script. It is undeniable that Valentina and Nina both were they work together well, and they are hilarious to watch. I love their dynamic. I kind of felt I had no idea that Nina and Valentina had that type of connection with each other. I loved every minute of it, except for the fact they didn't have a script. That's it.
I feel like there's so much you can play with, like, two besties. I feel like they could have played, like, maybe two waitresses working in the same restaurant who are trying to be Hollywood stars. There's just so much you can do with two dynamics for, like, two women. Like, make it funny.
And they're very different, so it could have been, playing off each other. I mean, there was a few ideas there, and overall, they're funny themselves, and they have great characters. But being that sloppy, like y'all said, with the script and unorganized, and it just was a disaster.
What do you think of Alexis, Michelle, Peppermint, and Trinity?
Well, no surprise, a little bit of drama, tension with Alexis putting her 2 cents in.
Well, I have something to prove. So, you think there could be 2 people doing the voiceovers?
No.
I'm like,
nope,
girl,
just one.
Back up.
I think Alexis is just one of those people. She wants to take credit for everything, and it's like, girl, when you get assigned in a group like that, like, you gotta be able to be like, okay, everybody play to your strengths,
Right.
And I don't know, just because she didn't perform that well, I guess, which I think that the only time you could see that she wasn't performing well was behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't think that she necessarily did that
Yeah,
bad.
she didn't do
I feel like they
bad.
all did pretty good. But it was just her being Alexis.
Her wanting all the
again.
credit. She wanted all the credit for it. I came up with that idea, girl. Like,
I think she took herself too seriously.
Yeah.
To be honest. It was like this is a fun challenge. It's meant to be comedy. It's meant to be fun.
Right.
And she really took it as, this is serious. This is me. I want to represent myself as this, and that's how it's going to be. You know what I mean? Instead of actually working with the team, actually trying to create something great. But I will say, I was very impressed by Trinity. Trinity did a great job. She was so funny.
The Nun. It was comedy gold.
Well,
that is my idea. Like, because y'all know how I feel about religion, girl. I love when drag queens can do that. She's like, yes, make everybody uncomfortable and piss them off. I live for it. So I just have this newfound love for Trinity. Like she's dope.
She gives it every time there's an acting challenge or whatever challenge. She does put herself into it and she goes all the way.
Right.
She commits to it, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Nina said it best. She was like, she's proving people she's not just a pageant queen.
Right.
She can give comedy, and I'm just like, okay, bitch, I see you, because every time it's a comedy challenge, she does deliver.
Yeah. Totally.
She was the best in my opinion.
I think she was one of the best this week for sure. We'll talk about that when we get into the tops and the bottoms, how I feel about who should have won.
Peppermint, I feel like she came through as well.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh,
hell yeah.
I feel like it was a group effort, and I like that she didn't back down from Alexis. Like, if Alexis felt like she had something to say, she's like, hold up, girl, but have you seen it from this POV? And just was like, I'm going to have my input, like, just so Alexis can, like, stop being Alexis. And, you know, maybe she's just used to being that way.
Great team. I loved it.
Yeah. It was, they slayed it.
Yeah. Shea, Coulee.
Shea and Sasha.
Shea and Sasha.
What'd y'all think?
They did great.
Yeah, they were funny. They seemed to have a lot of fun with it. Like we said, Alexis was taking it too seriously. They just kind of went with the fun and went with it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we know that they're very friendly. They have a relationship, so naturally they gravitated towards each other to do, you know, to be partners. And they were funny. I didn't think it was that original. I know that they got, you know, they said on the runway that it was so original and all this, but I've kind of seen that blaxploitation thing before.
Done before.
And I have definitely seen Katya do everything Sasha's ever done. Sorry about it and all of that.
She did it better.
You think so?
Yeah, she did it exceptionally well.
Not better than Katya, though. Let's not.
Stop comparing queens.
I know they hate that. I know they hate that, but if you're gonna do such similar aesthetics and the Russian thing, you're gonna have a little bit of comparison when you do that.
No, I don't know if it's just that I always root for the underdog. Right now, I just get a little. I feel some type of way about Shea and Sasha. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just feel like it's almost like that whole Relaska Talks vibe that was happening. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's starting to get set up just to make them look like they're for sure gonna be in the top. Don't get me wrong. No. I'm not trying to say they're not talented, but I think that people are sleeping on, like, Nina's getting slept on, but I partially think that's her fault because she's always in her head. Right. And then Trinity motherfucking Taylor. They all better watch out for her. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe a silent relaxed talks, just because they're not as like bitchy.
Yeah, they're not.
Right, exactly.
But I feel like they are a clique, and they know what works well, and you know they're using it to their advantage.
Right. And their friendship, and they're playing it all up, and it's all part of the package. I mean, they do it a lot on social media too. It's cute. I'm sure they're genuinely friends, and I do like them. They're both talented, but there is something about it that's a little try hard. I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I say continue. I think they're sweet and cute.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I wish I had a best friend like that.
Sasha's boring.
Definitely top 3 material, but I do feel like I wish we see a little more passing them together and see their separate personalities. I see that from Shea, but I feel like I still got that from Sasha.
I agree.
Totally.
I agree.
Okay. The main stage looks.
The runway looks, girl.
They all had to do their best club kid looks. I like that they had a little bit of history in the workroom. You talked about the club kid scene before, and you know, watching them on old talk shows and stuff. So it was interesting that they kind of rehashed that and let, you know, maybe some of the younger queens who aren't as familiar with the club kid movement because they weren't even born, you know, let them know about what it was.
The looks that were coming down the runway, I feel like they did not really hit the mark on the club kid scene. It was more of like, it was more like it was like they were still trying to be drag queens doing club kid makeup.
Do you feel like it was just like too polished?
It was too polished.
A little bit of it.
Club kid is grungy. It's you know it's sloppy. You know what I mean? Still good. Still, you know, it's still cohesive, but it's not as polished.
Well, then, if you had to pick, who was your top look?
My top look was definitely Peppermint.
Okay.
For me, Peppermint. Peppermint was good.
Yeah.
I like Peppermint.
That's the kind of peppermint I need after having tuna. You know, so pop her in, but I just felt like it was very on brand, like they did.
Right.
Oh, definitely.
I love Peppermint. I actually love Trinity's look. I thought Trinity's club kid look was awesome. I love the eyelashes, the paint, the wig. I know it was just a bodysuit, but with the balls and the shoe. For me, I almost liked hers the best.
Girl, the Trinity did have the best look, in my opinion. The club, and I think part of the reason why is too is that she's not she's labeled so hard as a pageant queen, and Nina Bonina Brown told her in Untucked, she's like, girl, you have really taken yourself out of that whole mold of being just a pageant queen. She is Trinity is the shit.
Yeah.
She is
I don't
the
think I've
shit.
actually once thought of her as a pageant queen since actually watching the show. I've never been like, oh, there she is doing pageant again. I think that about Alexis every week.
Yeah.
But I have not thought that once about Trinity.
I thought about it at the beginning.
Really? Maybe the first, but like, since we've seen her bring it, she goes all in. Like, she even was worried about her club kid look, and she said she's never done anything like this before. She was always worried about being judged on it, and I think she nailed it personally. I think she
slayed it, girl. Trinity.
My favorite was Shea.
Oh, Shea slayed it too.
Yeah, I love the look. I love the mask. Oh my gosh, she gives me body.
Yeah.
And I liked her work ethic behind it. Like,
Yeah.
that was a little risky putting hot glue on your face. But she's like, bitch, this bead's getting on his face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what committed, girl. Committed.
I love everything about her outfit except I love the mask, like you said. I love the cloak that she had and stuff, but it was a little swimsuit under there.
Oh.
And I will say, there's been a few girls this season that have gotten away with wearing a swimsuit, and that's a little lazy to me. You can accessorize it, but the swimsuit itself looked a little cheap.
What do you want? You want like a gown? I just feel like
I don't
get
know.
what you're saying, but also I feel like it's a new. I feel like a lot of these younger queens are doing it. It's like a new generation of like certain body and minimal stuff.
Right. I get it, but
This ain't every time.
just not. Well, I mean, Peppermint did it like 2 or 3 times earlier on, and I think Shea's done it a couple times now, and they're still good.
Gotcha.
But like, let's break out of that silhouette just a little bit.
I agree with it, but Shea's look was great.
Shea's look was great.
Right.
I know.
Right.
It was great.
I liked it from the neck up.
Okay.
What did you guys think of Sasha Velour's like sad clown, like the sparkly clown?
It was forgettable for me. For some reason, like when I think of Sasha from that challenge, I don't see her look. Does that make sense? Like I know she was there, but I don't remember her look at all.
It's mainly because Sasha already kind of has a
That
club kid
look,
aesthetic.
right,
So it's
right.
like, oh, clearly Sasha's gonna do good this week. Because that's kind of, club kid is kind of her thing, you know?
Right. Yeah, I recognize her. She was like the clown from my cousin's 4th grade birthday party.
I'm done with you, girl.
There you are, bitch.
There you are.
There you are.
I was just like, okay.
I mean, it was okay. It was good. It was
I was
cute.
underwhelmed.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't
all.
anything shocking or that out of the ordinary for me, for her, or even, clown. I mean, it's cute.
Well, that's how I've been
I liked her
all
makeup.
season long.
No, I liked
Well,
the glittery makeup and stuff.
Maybe she
but-
knew it would be out around this time.
So, trying to capitalize.
Messy bitch.
It's very on brand.
Right. What about the Alexis Michelle's body stocking look?
It
What
was
did you guys
a
think of
gown
that?
with a crazy face.
Yeah.
It was a gown with white makeup.
There was a meme I saw where they incorporated, like, they said that her look was a combination of Detox and, so who else did they put? It was like Detox and another queen, and
Miss
they put it
Piggy.
together.
See, Shea.
I don't care.
She's
I don't care.
No.
Look, I will say this. We have tried to be a little, ever since we met Alexis Michelle, I've tried to be a little like, nice. I don't want to, it is editing, and they are people, but girl, you keep coming across this way. You've said these things. Like, there's not producer, it's not editing. You're coming across as not that likable.
Well, this is the thing. As far as her look, I did like the bodysuit, just not for the challenge. Like, I thought, I was like, yes, girl serving body, and I like that, and I like the makeup, but none of it was club kid for me. I was
No.
like, girl, you missed it by the mark, and I get it. You might have been born in the 60s, but
He's back.
She's back! Jen's back!
So you should have been right on.
Right.
You've been there, done that, and she's from New York scene, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I felt like she
You
would have
should
got
be
it
a
all
little
marked,
more.
but I think it was more theater than club kid.
Yeah, I agree. I know that Nina's wasn't really,
Is that club kid though? See, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know what club kid is.
She messed it up. Everything above was great. The head, actually. Everything below, she
It was just an unfinished product,
Yeah.
is what it was.
And she said she didn't have enough time, which I get.
Time management,
You know.
yeah.
If
But
they would have given her more time, I guarantee you, our girl Nina would have.
But that's been another thing. She's always saying, I
Yeah.
need more time,
Yeah,
I need more
I know.
time.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it because she does go into detail and it is a lot of paint. But at the same time, how much time you get
On
you
the
do
show.
have to step
Right.
it up.
Right, you're right. Everybody be giving Nina shit, saying she's always in her head. I actually think that Alexis Michelle is like really, really in her
Oh,
head.
yeah, I think so.
Overthinking
It's hard
shit.
not to be, I imagine.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
Oh,
All of it.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But-
And everyone has good and bad weeks and challenges that work better for them. So I can understand that, but once you see it repeatedly over and over again, you can only root for them so much. You can
Right.
only be their cheerleader so much, like Shea was saying too. Like, eventually you gotta get out of your head, Nina. It's been a few weeks now. We love you. We love you, girl. But, you're still kind of in that, self-sabotage, everyone's against me kind of
Right,
thing. And
yeah.
you've got to just let that go. You've got to let it go. Yeah.
Valentina's look was not Club Kid at all.
No,
it
I didn't.
wasn't Club Kid.
And I don't know much about Club Kid, but it didn't fall in line with the other looks.
Yeah, like they said, it was high fashion. That was high fashion. It was not Club Kid at all.
It looked like Dia de Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm learning. Yo soy un poquito español, pero yo trato.
Roll your R's, girl.
I can't do it with my tongue. I have to do it with my little tonsil.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I felt like it was a little lackluster. And
Yeah,
I
a little
hated
bit.
that because, you know, it's like Valentina, she's my girl. And I'm just like, Valentina, please come out with something. And then to see that she came out with the look that was, you know, on the internet days prior, I was like, oh my god.
Like
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous,
Yeah.
but it was, you know, I like the clothes and the bodysuit, but like you said, it was high fashion. It wasn't quite the Club Kid look. Yeah,
No,
at
it
all.
wasn't.
What do you think was the worst look if you had to pick?
The worst look? I actually think Alexis Michelle had the worst look.
Okay. Y'all know I've been standing for Valentina this whole time. God, I'm getting emotional saying it. But
I'm sorry, girl. That don't mean to laugh. I know you love her.
but she at the bottom look, girl.
You think? You think hers was
She
the
was
bottom?
the bottom. Like, it was not Club Kid. It was like very like, maybe I'm going to my fucking grandma's funeral in Guadalajara.
And gonna go watch a bull fight.
Oh my god, right, exactly. I
Yeah.
was waiting for a fucking bull to come down the roadway.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just
And
like,
then Alexis Michelle came out. Sorry.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I'll stop.
I knew!
I could just see her like, come on.
the library is over.
God, Alexis.
No, so
The winners of the week turned out to be Sasha and Shea Coulee. Do you guys agree? You thought they had the strongest pilot and strongest looks of the week?
Their pilot was funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was well conceived,
Mm-hmm.
and it got to the point. So I loved it.
I mean, it was good. It was funny. I almost liked the other one a little bit better, personally.
Because of Trinity
Peppermint, Trinity. I thought that Sasha and Shea did great. It was very polished. They had a good concept going through. But like I said, we have kind of seen some of those themes a little bit before. And they said that the mothers and the gay and the religious, they said that wasn't creative, but I thought that was actually a little bit more on brand for Drag Race and the show, and they utilized the pit crew members, and they all kind of gave it. I mean, even Alexis, whatever drama they had behind the scenes, I don't think she did bad in it. I thought they were all good, and Trinity and Peppermint especially brought it.
there was 3 of them, girl. So Ru would have spent more money.
That's right.
I mean,
I felt like it was very like.
It was close. It was very neck and neck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
As far as
great.
looks, I just love Shea's look so much. Not so much Sasha, but I do feel like she was like, Shea deserved the win, and Sasha just wrote it.
Right.
So what do y'all think of Alexis coming into the workroom and like really, I'm so fucking furious, you know?
classic Alexis.
Well, it wasn't surprising. She always seems to have something to say about everyone, about the performance, about the challenge. She's always the first one to speak up about knowing everything.
Right.
So it wasn't really surprising.
She straight up threw Peppermint and Trinity under the bus.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that.
And then once they started calling her out on it,
Backtracking.
she's like, "No, I'm not saying this. No, that is what you were saying,
she's like,
girl."
I love working with y'all, but
Right. I don't want to throw you under the bus,
But-
push.
Here's
Like,
the bus.
that's exactly right. Here's the bus. I'm driving it. Like, I don't know.
Peppermint's like, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in it.
Right, exactly.
I love it. I like that they stood up for themselves.
Yeah.
And then even Trinity was like, I want to speak up too. Everyone was equal. Like, what are you doing? And then in the workroom, when they confronted her, she was backtracking and
I gave
like,
you that, like Kuntz, I gave you that name.
Kuntz.
Kuntz.
Kuntz. I
Girl,
gave
no,
that.
you didn't.
And then she was like, well, I thought I did.
You thought wrong, sweetie.
Shea and Sasha actually touched on Nina in the beginning of a touch.
Mhm.
You know, Shea was kind of down that, you know, she feels like Nina just kind of threw her under the bus about something that wasn't even there.
Right.
You know, when she's saying that she was trying to be a genuine friend to Nina, but Nina's just like, oh no, she's out to get me. So,
Right.
like, I felt like, you know, she was really hurt by that. And she was really trying to be there for Nina. And I felt like, you know,
Which I feel like, why would she feel that way towards Shea? Because Shea, I feel like, has been like vocally the most supportive of her, unless there's something that's going on behind the scenes.
That's what I'm gonna
I
say.
still feel like
editing.
she's still damaged from that Atlanta scene.
That's
think
what
so,
I
too.
think too.
She's
I
got her
think
walls
that,
up.
yeah.
She doesn't think she can really trust girls, especially ones that are in a competition with her.
They can be catty.
Well,
they can be
yeah,
messy,
like it's just.
But
competition, and it's hard to let your guard down, but you got it, Nina. You got, like they said, Nina's a little older than a couple of them, so it's you got to get out of your head. You have to get out of your head to be successful.
Much older, she said.
Okay, I think she's only a little older than me, so we want to say that, but I love Nina. We love
21.
Okay, yeah. Can't you tell?
Duh.
I also like how Nina was saying to Alexis, she's like, well, Nina was like, well, I'm definitely going to be in the bottom, and Alexis, you're going to be in the bottom. It was so funny to me that she just, I'm going to put you in your head right now, Alexis. Oh, it's definitely me and you. And then Alexis was like, wait, no, I think we did decent. She's like, no,
you're going to be the bottom.
Me and you, get ready for a lip sync.
Yeah.
I was just like, this bitch. And then Trinity's like, no, I don't think any of us. She's like, well,
Trinity was right. Yeah, Trinity was right. She knew that they did strong.
Right.
Yeah, me too. It was just, I mean, I think most people probably at this point wish it would have been maybe Alexis and Nina. Nina would have sent Alexis home. Sorry.
I think she scared her.
But
Alexis was so scared.
She was. We saw it on her face.
Yeah,
saw her sweat a little. She's been her confidence has been a little knocked down.
Oh shit, let me learn this song, bitch.
Right.
Valentina didn't. I'm sorry, I can't keep going back to that, but I was just like seeing on the couch, not putting those earbuds. I will never understand that.
Yeah. Nina and Valentina did end up in the bottom, like we said, unfortunately.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I have never been more stressed in my life for lip sync because all I knew is that I didn't want either one of them to go home.
Right.
I didn't want either one of them to go home. Let's be realistic about this, and all you Valentina fans can get mad at me if you want. Valentina lost that lip sync fair and square.
Well,
Nina
let's talk
Bonina.
about it.
Yeah, bottom line, okay? Get to lip sync.
She had the mask on, and Roos stopped everything. He said, "Take off the mask," and she said no.
I mean,
just look
I
at
would
the
like to
little
keep it on.
I mean,
you just saw her eyes.
in
Girl,
9
seriously.
seasons of Drag Race, have they ever stopped it and restarted? I don't remember ever seeing that. They might stop it for a dramatic something, but stop and restart, give them criticism. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all wondering the same thing. We're just all looking like, okay, is it going to come off? And then you see the judges kind of talking to each other like, hey, is this going to... And Rue's like, bitch, not in Mama Rue's house. I want to see them lips.
Yeah.
She was not happy.
Even if they are crusty.
Oh my.
Violet Chelsea said that, not me. She said she didn't want to show that crusty lip. Because it did look like she did a quick beat.
Right.
So, I can understand why, like, Valentina, she's so perfect and always put together.
She want to show those cracks.
Exactly. She probably just thought I could keep this on, but in case I'll do a quick lip. And then she ended up having to take it off.
Yep.
It's a lip sync.
I don't think that
I
if she
get it.
would have known the song and really, really slay, because before she took off that mask, Valentina was given like body movement. I was like, okay, like she could do well in this lip sync right now. She could have done well, but she was ill prepared. She was not prepared. She admits it herself. She owns up to it.
She should have played it more. Like, I love you, Valentina, but I think, of course, once you're in that moment, you're just in your head.
Yeah.
But I'm like, girl, walk this runway and act like you're doing it. Like you said, she was already given movement, so she could have just okay, let me turn around on these judges.
Yeah, and then she ended up just Charlie hides in it and standing there and blocking her
Charlie
mouth
hides in
all
it.
uncomfortably and obvious. Like, girl, you're beautiful, dance, move your body. She didn't stay in one place.
Right.
I mean, they really had no choice. There's fans on the internet that are, oh, it should have been Alexis. It should have been Nina. It should have this and that and that. No, she did it to herself.
It's still a competition, you guys. Like, God.
If you can't lip sync, you can't lip sync. If you don't take the time to know the song, which they're all given prior to.
Well, they should have gave her Así Fue.
I know, right? Well.
I don't know.
I don't know that song overall.
Well, Valentina knows it. She performs it every time she performs, and she's great at it. But we mentioned this on past episodes that if it ever, Valentina has been so perfect and polished that if it ever comes down to it, would she be able to lip sync though? Because we've seen her live 4 or 5 times, but I still never seen her sing anything that wasn't like a soft Latin song, a little dramatic, a little, so...
She didn't do Dreaming of You by Selena, and y'all know I've been waiting for Selena.
But,
so sad to see you go.
It was sad. It was a sad, sad turn of events.
This was the one episode of the season where I felt like it hit a lot for a lot of people. Because there's so many Valentina stans. Obviously, everybody has fallen in love with this girl. Also, for us Latinos, for us Mexicans, girl, Valentina is like... She plays a big role in the drag scene for Hispanic people because there's never been a queen that represents the Mexican culture the way that Valentina has done it. She brought it with so much...
Without being a punchline.
Exactly.
She gave class and elegance, and you don't really see that from mainstream like TV. Honestly, it's always like The Maid, or it's always like that's just the fact.
And not to make it like political, but with everything that's going on in our country right now, from that there's this whole thing that's kind of put on Mexican people right now. Valentina defies that stereotype. Like she is the Selena of drag in a lot of ways.
We watched the show at Mickey's this week, and it was actually Valentina's birthday celebration Friday night, and she was hosting the viewing party. We had heard a few of the rumblings of what might happen this week, so we especially wanted to be there, just kind of celebrate and see what happens, be there for her if, in fact, the bad news comes. And I will say that the crowd was definitely kind of in an uproar. They were not happy. They were not having it with what happened.
So many people there, like, they went wild. As soon as they're like, no, sashay, away.
Right.
Whoa, no.
They were booing.
I saw a few people crying, girls.
Yeah.
This one cat had to get carried away in an ambulance.
Girl, bye.
That was you!
But it was just like so much. I was like, dang. And then someone's like, see you at All Stars. And she even had to take a beat.
Yeah, she got emotional and left the stage.
She was just like really down about it on herself.
Yeah. When Valentina got off the stage and she went and she cried on that, on the curtain,
that was sad. Yeah.
I was going through it, girl. I was bawling like a baby.
That was heartbreaking because you could tell it was just genuine. All of her behind the scenes when they were talking to her about, and she's just sobbing, and I didn't get to go out fighting like I wanted and all of that. It's really touching because, I don't think she deserves to go home because of her body of work and everything she's accomplished because she is really, really great. But one moment, one bad week, and that can knock you out, and that's the game, and it's fair, and that's what happened, and it's just heartbreaking, but we know that
given the song like prior.
They are given,
you know what I mean,
and it didn't even show her or Nina really rehearsing in the room. I was sitting, the other team, Peppermint, and all of them were going. I was like, okay, Valentina, get up, go run the song. They at the end, last 5 minutes, they listened a little bit. I was like, girl.
One thing I want to touch on is in Untucked. I just love Nina. I love Nina so much. I think that she wears her heart on her sleeve, and I think it's something that maybe it may work against her sometimes. But when she grows a love for somebody, you can feel it.
Right.
Like the connection that her and Valentina had. Like, I got a little bit emotional, and also when Valentina was reading the letter that Nina wrote for her on her way out, I was like, oh my gosh. Like Nina said, I hate that everybody that I end up getting close to, ends up going home. Like, I felt like that was real coming from Nina. It was so fucking real.
Her handwriting was so cute too. All
all chicken scratch, girl.
Like, that's my
yes.
As you guys know, I was very rough on Valentina. I love Valentina. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of myself in Valentina. Especially,
I fucking cannot deal with her today.
No, really.
Okay.
I'm
ready.
You give me elegance and class and
Latina.
your mannerisms. I feel like when you talk to girl, you are
very elongated. Like,
I am. But really, when she was leaving that's when I really saw the real Valentina, in my opinion. She was vulnerable. She was direct, and that's when I really felt like I understood Valentina.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt for her. And the fact that she owned up to her stuff, she knew that she didn't do well, and she still was graceful and said, I had a great time.
Right.
I did the best I can.
Hey.
Yep.
The cards were dealt the way they are, and I have no regrets. I love that.
Yeah, me too. Right.
I love that.
She's gonna do awesome. She's a superstar, and she's like she said, she wanted to show people like that she is a star, and that's what she believes, and she wants to exude that, and I feel like she accomplished it.
Oh yeah.
Girl, you're the biggest star to ever come out of Drag Race.
Oh.
Shh.
Not according to Detox.
Oh.
Girl, fuck Detox. You get it. You're gonna have 1 million followers by the end of the year, girl. There's something about that moment, like once the lip sync is over and the queen that's going home, like when she looked at it. I felt this with Aja and I felt it with Valentina. Like they have this look like they are so defeated. They almost look like a little kid, and it makes me cry.
It's totally.
Oh, it broke my heart.
I've never seen
Valentina's whole world came crumbling.
I've never seen Valentina like this. She was just off. And when we saw her at the bar, when she came out, you could tell already. Like we'd heard the spoilers, but she just seemed a little defeated and down and not quite her same bubbly, cheerful, perfect self. And I understand why. Obviously, it's a big night for her, but
then she came out and performed, and then she saw the love she was getting.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, there's that Valentina smile.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She brought it at the end. She had a moment. Everyone was there to kind of lift her up and give her their love. So
she's like Tinkerbell. She just needs applause.
Exactly. Yes.
See, that's a little bit like you. There you go. You thrive with a little
I've
attention.
been trying to tell you guys, Valentina and I are the same person.
But before we wrap this up, you guys, like let me just ask you guys, who are you rooting for now that the competition is down to? We're down to 6 queens, right?
Yeah.
Who do we think is going to be in the top?
Well, I mean, things have changed slightly from our predictions, obviously. Everyone kind of thought Valentina would be in the final 3. I think at this point it's going to be Shea, Coulee, Peppermint, and either Sasha or Trinity. Maybe. I think that's kind of how those will be the top 4 anyways.
I can definitely see Shea being in the top, and I could see Sasha being in the top, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am Team Trinity Taylor and Team Nina Bonina till the end of the competition. I don't care what happens anymore.
Yeah.
My heart is with Trinity and with Nina.
There it is.
Trinity, Peppermint, and Shea Coulee. I think that's my top 3.
Yeah.
And I agree with you,
so.
Jeff. I agree with you. I feel like that's the top 3.
You guys don't think Sasha's going to be in the top?
It's gonna be.
Sasha could be in there.
I don't
Well,
know.
Has she won a challenge? Well, she just
With-
did finally.
With Shea Coulee.
Sasha,
Yeah.
Trinity, and Peppermint, the 3 of them, it's just going to be kind of how they perform in the last couple of challenges. I mean,
Right.
Shea's going to have it no matter what, I think, because she's performed strong in the whole competition and it's never really been,
She
and
never had a
Sasha's
downfall.
performed pretty good too. Peppermint started off a little rough and has gotten better, and Trinity has been in the bottom a couple times, but I still think she's continued to get better and better and better and give it her all. So
Right.
it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, we love Nina and I would love to see her, but I actually think that this week, if Valentina wouldn't have screwed up like she did, it probably would have been Nina's week to go.
In honor of our girl Valentina, because y'all know how much we love her. We see your comments, by the way. Quit hating. This is a candle with La Virgen de Guadalupe, which that's what Valentina prays to.
So we're gonna light the candle
I'm
for
like,
her.
this is for your career, girl, because it's gonna have lots and lots of longevity. And
I'm gonna
Pam,
hold the
you
candle.
want to do the honors, girl, because
Yeah.
that's your girl.
Wrong
Wrong religion, bitch.
That's not even.
No me quiero más. I don't know. Let me go. Actually, we have a surprise. We flew her in. I don't know how we did it.
We got Valentina.
Valentina's here, you guys.
Valentina is
So,
here.
Come on in, girl.
Come on in.
Come
girl.
on in. There she is.
That's
Yes.
Girl, how do you feel? You know, I'm just so blessed and happy. And me gusta mi fans. Girl, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you around.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of
Thank you, guys.
Outspoken. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And put down in the section who you think should have gone home if you agree that it was Valentina. But be nice, please.
Yeah.
And all you stands, knock it off. Leave these other queens alone. It's a game, it's a show, it's drag, it's art, it's fun. Don't attack them personally, racially, whatever. Get over it. You're losers. Sorry if that's harsh, but it's true.
You're
Leave them
right.
alone.
You were right.
It's never that serious.
It's not that serious.
It's just drag, you guys. Relax.
Relax.
Exactly.
They're men in dresses.
I'm actually a dog underneath this.
Bye.
Bye, guys.